Imagine a biting wind slicing through the air, the kind of cold that turns breath to mist and paints the ground with a chilling white canvas. In this inhospitable landscape, courage takes an unexpected form. It comes not from towering men of steel, but from the heartwarming tale of a small, spiky creature in distress, a hedgehog stranded on a fragile raft of thin ice. Picture the scene. A hedgehog, unprepared for the treacherous journey it embarked upon, finds itself trapped, the shimmering ice groaning under the weight of its uncertainty. To some, this may seem a tale of nature's ruthless indifference, but in essence, it is a story of extraordinary courage in the form of an urgent rescue mission. Rescuing animals in icy conditions is fraught with risks. Thin ice is a notorious foe, unpredictable and perilous. Approach with caution, not just for the sake of the creature in need, but for the potential saviors who must tread carefully. Nevertheless, stories like these illustrate the profound bond shared between humans and animals. Going beyond empathy, they display a shared vulnerability and a communal fight against the ravages of a merciless winter spirit determined to dominate the living. The significance of this tale lies in its revelation of our instinctual drive to protect and preserve. In Sweden last winter, an unusually warm December led a hedgehog to wake from its hibernation. It found itself adrift on a sizable piece of ice flowing with the current. Against the rushing, frigid waters, a local nature group managed to devise an innovative rescue fashioning a makeshift bridge from branches and ropes to coax the hedgehog to safety. By extending humanity's hand, they were celebrated as heroes not only within their community, but also in international headlines for their selfless act. Similarly, in Canada, a wildlife volunteer braved the icy waters of a suburban pond to reach a hedgehog clinging to a drifting iceberg. Donning specialized gear and benefiting from the unified efforts of a wildlife association, the volunteer executed a delicate rescue operation. The hedgehog was nursed back to health and later released, a testament to the power of community and determined conservation efforts. However, the challenges cannot be understated. Thin ice can lead to disastrous outcomes, often demanding rapid yet carefully calculated responses. Such rescues are not without controversy, with some arguing that rescuers risk too much for a single animal, yet in doing so, there's acknowledgement of an ethical commitment to safeguarding life. This touching tale, reminding us of the courage that arises from humanity's compassion, seamlessly connects to broader themes of environmental stewardship, the fragile intricacies of wildlife ecosystems, and our duty to protect these interwoven habitats. Each heroic hedgehog rescue reaffirms the value of courage and compassion, no matter how small the creature or how thin the ice. Understanding hedgehogs involves delving into the fascinating behavioral patterns and unique habitats of these spiky yet adorable creatures. Hedgehogs are nocturnal mammals, mainly found in parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa. They are known for their distinctive feature spines that cover their backs, which act as a defense mechanism by deterring predators when the hedgehog rolls into a tight ball. These creatures are solitary by nature, preferring to roam alone in search of food, mainly comprising insects, worms, and sometimes fruit. Their behaviors are driven by the need for survival and adaptability to their environments. Hedgehogs typically make their homes in dense vegetation, under hedgerows, or nestled within leaf piles in woodlands and gardens. These habitats provide not only shelter, but also an abundant food supply, keeping them well fed as they forage throughout the night. They have an excellent sense of smell, which aids significantly in hunting, and an admirable ability to navigate diverse terrains. This adaptability makes them resilient, allowing them to thrive in both the wild and urban settings where they often interact with human habitats. The significance of understanding hedgehog behavior and habitat becomes apparent when considering their role in the ecosystem. Hedgehogs contribute to the control of pests, making them valuable for biological control. They help maintain the ecological balance by reducing the number of insects that may otherwise damage crops or gardens. However, the increasing urbanization and consequent habitat loss pose a significant threat to their population. For instance, hedgehogs in the United Kingdom have become icons of wildlife conservation efforts due to their rapidly declining numbers, affected by road accidents or habitat fragmentation. In contrast, in Africa, the four-toed hedgehog continues to thrive in a range of habitats, demonstrating their resilience, but also hinting at the pressures on more vulnerable species. Some experts argue that rewilding urban spaces could support hedgehog populations by providing safe havens. Simple measures such as creating hedgehog-friendly gardens or installing tunnels under fences help facilitate their movement and bolster their numbers. Despite these positive efforts, challenges remain with natural predators and harsh weather conditions, further threatening their survival, as illustrated by a hedgehog's precarious situation on thin ice. Understanding hedgehogs connects intricately with animal conservation and human responsibility towards wildlife. Protecting their habitats not only ensures the survival of hedgehogs, but also fosters biodiversity. Ultimately, recognizing their behaviors and needs informs how we can effectively support their existence amid changing landscapes and climate challenges. Thin ice poses a multitude of challenges, particularly when it comes to the delicate task of rescuing a hedgehog stranded in such perilous conditions. Thin ice is a deceptive surface, often appearing solid but betraying its fragility with catastrophic results. The risk in cold environments like this is manifold. Not only is there the immediate danger of the ice breaking under weight, but also the threat of hypothermia from exposure to icy waters. This situation becomes all the more critical when accounting for the limited time one has to act before both you and the creature are at serious risk. The significance of understanding these risks is underscored by the need for precise assessment and cautious execution. Imagine walking onto a seemingly safe, snow-draped pond, only to find that the ice beneath you cracks and yields. It is a scenario that has trapped countless wildlife and humans alike. For humans attempting a rescue, specialized knowledge is crucial. This includes recognizing how environmental factors like fluctuating temperatures contribute to varying ice thickness, a key determinant of safety. Take, for example, the heroic efforts of a wildlife rescuer who, while attempting to save a hedgehog on a frozen lake, utilized an ice auger to gauge ice thickness. By checking periodically, they ensured their path was secure enough to approach the stranded animal. In another instance, a community organized a rescue using a makeshift bridge of wooden planks, laying them across the ice to distribute weight and prevent sudden breaks, a creative solution to a dire problem. Despite these methods, challenges persist. Unpredictable weather changes can rapidly weaken ice, and the presence of air pockets or currents beneath can make even thick ice unstable. Additionally, while some may argue that such risks to rescue animals are unwarranted, especially when skilled personnel or specialized equipment aren't available, the emotional and ethical drive to aid a creature in distress often prevails. Rescue operations must always pivot on a balance between empathetic action and safety, ensuring neither the rescuer nor the hedgehog becomes a victim of icy peril. These challenges on thin ice underscore the interconnectedness of bravery, skill, and responsibility, encapsulating the broader themes of courage in the cold. They exemplify not just the physical resilience required in such conditions, but the mental fortitude demanded of those who choose to stand as guardians to creatures encountering the harsh tests of nature. When it comes to rescuing animals stranded on thin ice, utilizing effective techniques is crucial not only to the success of the rescue, but also to the personal safety of the rescuer. Thin ice presents unique challenges and dangers due to its instability and unpredictability. The defining characteristic of thin ice is its brittleness and inability to support much weight, both key factors to consider during a rescue attempt. The critical importance of employing proper rescue techniques cannot be stressed enough. For starters, reaching an animal without breaking the ice requires careful planning and execution. This typically involves spreading out weight distribution, which can be achieved by lying flat on your stomach and crawling slowly to minimize pressure points on the ice. Carrying rescue aids, such as a long pole or a rope, can be a lifesaver in such conditions, enabling you to extend your reach without risking a plunge into freezing waters. The case of rescuing a hedgehog trapped on thin ice offers a poignant example. In one particular incident, the calculated, methodical approach of using a lightweight, flat sled to glide seamlessly over fragile ice layers led to a successful rescue without any harm to the animal or the rescuer. In another scenario, using a makeshift lasso and keeping a significant distance from the fragile area ensured the little creature was guided to safety without further compromising the ice. Professional opinions strongly emphasize preparation and proper gear. Wearing a life jacket and carrying a throw rope are recommended, as is conducting a risk assessment before setting foot on the ice. Constantly monitoring weather conditions and ice thickness is also crucial. However, challenges abound. Thin ice can weaken without warning, influenced by fluctuating temperatures, currents, or underlying aquatic vegetation that absorbs heat. Thus, alternate viewpoints might stress the importance of waiting for professional assistance in extremely precarious situations. Interestingly, these rescue techniques on thin ice connect to broader topics of wildlife conservation and the human-animal bond. By applying thoughtful rescue methods, you not only save individual animals, but also reinforce the human commitment to protecting vulnerable creatures. This principle extends to larger conservation efforts, symbolizing the care and dedication needed to preserve ecosystems under threat. Ultimately, rescue techniques are a microcosm of broader environmental stewardship values, teaching us the delicate intricacies of interacting safely and sustainably with our natural world.